The Dream Maker's Whisper, a deep sleep odyssey for the restless heart. If you are listening to this while trying to fall asleep, then remember one thing. You were never supposed to hear this story awake, because this isn't just a story. It is a doorway, a quiet doorway that only opens when the world becomes silent enough to hear your own breathing. Chapter 1. The Moment Between Waking and Not Waking. There is a moment every night, so brief that most humans never notice it, when the mind loosens its grip on the world. A moment when sounds fade, shapes blur, and the body releases its weight like a sigh drifting across the universe. In that moment, a whisper exists. No one knows where it comes from, or who sends it, but everyone hears it at least once in their lifetime. Evelyn Hart, a 32-year-old astrophysics researcher from Colorado, heard it on the night everything changed. She wasn't asleep. She wasn't awake. She was floating in that thin veil of almost dream when a soft voice said, "Do you wish to see the world behind the world?" Her eyes opened slightly, not fully, just enough to see her dim bedroom, the moonlight resting against her window, the soft hum of the heater. She blinked. The whisper was gone. Maybe it hadn't been real. Maybe it was the residue of stress from her research, a project studying cosmic background radiation, searching for anomalies that suggested structures older than the universe. But something lingered, a strange warmth in her chest, a quiet excitement. Little did she know, the whisper was an invitation, and invitations, when not answered, tend to return. Chapter 2. The Second Whisper. The next night, Evelyn tried to sleep early. A storm was rolling across the Rocky Mountains, brushing the dark sky with long strokes of lightning. She watched it for a while, counting the seconds between flashes, feeling the familiar comfort of nature's heartbeat. When she finally drifted onto her pillow, sleep pulled at her gently. And then, "You heard me yesterday." Her eyes snapped open. This time the voice felt closer, not outside her head, but not inside either, somewhere between. She sat up. Her room was empty. "Who's there?" she whispered back, feeling faintly ridiculous. The answer came like a breath against her ear. "Someone you have been searching for long before you knew how to ask the right questions." Her pulse quickened. This should have scared her, but it didn't. It felt familiar. The whisper continued, "When your mind softens again, I will show you." That night Evelyn barely slept, because she feared the whisper, because she wanted it, because something deep in her bones recognized what was happening, even though her rational mind refused to believe it. Chapter 3. The Dream Maker. On the third night, Evelyn prepared, not with weapons or prayers, but with curiosity. She turned off her phone, dimmed the lights, and allowed the slow rhythm of her breathing to guide her toward the soft edges of consciousness. This time she welcomed the drifting feeling, the melting of thoughts, the slow slide into quiet. And when the whisper returned, it didn't frighten her at all. "Good," it said, pleased. "Now follow." And suddenly the darkness behind her eyelids was no longer darkness, but texture. Soft blue currents, swirling like gentle fog, forming shifting patterns. Her body felt weightless, wrapped in warmth. Evelyn realized she was dreaming, but it didn't feel like any dream she had ever known. She sensed a presence behind her, not threatening, not human, just aware. When she turned, she saw something impossible, a figure made of starlight. Its shape was humanoid, but its body flowed like constellations being born. Where a face should be, she saw a shifting galaxy, a swirl of golden dust, deep space blue, and tiny luminous points that pulsed with meaning. "What are you?" she whispered. It was not afraid. It stepped closer, the dreamlight bending softly around it. "I am the dream maker. I shape the space where thoughts go when they become too heavy for your waking life." Evelyn tried to speak, but the dream maker continued. "You seek answers in the sky, but some truths cannot be found with telescopes." A ripple passed through the dream world. "I will show you what the universe remembers." And with a single gesture, the dream opened like a door. Chapter 4. The City of Sleeping Worlds. Evelyn stepped forward and found herself standing in a place no human had ever mapped. A city made of dreams. Floating towers drifted in slow circles, built from memories, shimmering silver and rose gold. Bridges of light stretched between them. Rivers made of liquid reflections flowed quietly beneath transparent floors. Everywhere, gentle glowing silhouettes drifted like soft lanterns, dreamers from every corner of Earth, each lost in their own stories. Some looked like children running through gardens made of clouds. Some were adults standing on giant pages of their own diaries. Some shaped their dreams, pulling stars down like fruit, rewriting the sky. Evelyn whispered, "This is beautiful." The dream maker nodded. "Every mind creates a world. Most forget upon waking. What the worlds remain." Evelyn stared at the drifting dreamers. "Are these souls?" "No," the dream maker replied gently. "Just minds at rest. The soul is far deeper. A path formed beneath them, guiding them forward. And you, Evelyn Hart, your world of dreams has been locked for many years." She frowned. "Locked?" "Trauma seals doors. Overthinking builds walls. You have not entered your true dreaming self since you were 10 years old." Her breath caught. At 10 years old, she had lost her older brother in an accident, a memory she rarely spoke about. The dream maker touched her shoulder, and for the first time she felt its warmth. "Tonight you reopen what was closed." Chapter 5. The Memory That Never Slept. The dream shifted again. She stood in her childhood backyard. Fireflies glowed among the pine trees. The sky was purple with summer dusk. And beside her, "Daniel?" Evelyn whispered. Her brother turned, just as she remembered him. Red hoodie, messy brown hair, a smile that always felt like it was a world safe. But this wasn't a ghost or a spirit. It was a memory, preserved perfectly. He didn't speak at first. He simply sat beside her on the old wooden swing, the ropes creaking softly. "You stopped dreaming the night I left, but you never needed to." Evelyn's throat tightened. "I thought if I let myself dream, I'd forget you." Daniel shook his head gently. "You don't heal by forgetting. You heal by remembering with less pain." The dream maker appeared behind them, its presence calm and patient. "This is the memory that kept you awake for decades. Now it can rest." Evelyn closed her eyes, and for the first time in her adult life, she allowed herself to feel the memory without fear. When she opened her eyes again, Daniel and the backyard had faded, but the ache in her chest had softened. Chapter 6. The First Deep Sleep. Back in the dream city, the dream maker spoke. "You have unlocked only one door. There are thousands more." "Why me?" she asked. The dream maker's galaxy face shimmered. "Because the universe is trying to speak to you, and you finally listened." A long, glistening staircase appeared before them, descending into a quiet, glowing ocean of midnight blue. "Where does this lead?" "To the origin of all dreams." Evelyn took a deep breath and began to descend. As she did, the dream became deeper, darker, quieter, filled with the pulse of something ancient and infinite. The dream maker whispered, "Your real journey begins now." And Evelyn slipped into the first deep sleep of her life.